You know, that's what I've
Maybe
discovered.
it's called getting old, Alex.
Well, and more than that, it's just experience. It's that hierarchy of needs. You've gotten fame and fortune and notoriety and you know, been well known and are more well known today than ever. And so you don't need it as much. And in my own little small way, I sure wanted to be successful and sure wanted to be the big radio host. And now that people know me everywhere I go, even other countries, and I can't imagine, you know, as much fame as you've got, in a way it's a blessing, but it's also a curse. So I actually constantly wanderlust about, I wish I could go get lost on some forgotten seashore. But then I feel sorry.
Well, the point is, Alex, you just have to do it. When you decide to make the move, which I did after teaching at Harvard, I just felt, you know, the window of opportunity of adventure is closing on me because of Father Time. You know, you always remember that as an athlete, there's one opponent you'll never beat in the end, and that is time, no matter how great we all were and are.
Time, the great avenger.
You know, and so for me, it's a matter of just, you have to make a choice at some point, like I did, and go off on this adventure, and that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm not letting anything get in the way. And when I'm down there, I don't even pay attention to a lot of the things. You know, when I'm down there, I never hear the word terrorism. It's weird. And yet when I come back to this country, not a day goes by that you don't hear that word.
Well, that's clearly being used to control us.
Well, it's also creates a lifestyle of fear.
Yeah.
And the life that I lead, believe it or not, down deep in Mexico is a lifestyle of total unfear. You know, and there really is the only fear is that you might get hit by a hurricane.
What do the locals think while coming stomping out of the dooms is Jesse Ventura?
They don't know me from anyone. I'm just a big gringo that can't speak good Spanish. You know, that's all they know out of me because, you know, I don't dress, you know, in any provocative way. When I'm down there, I wear old blue jeans and T-shirts, and I'm barefoot as much as I possibly can be. And so I gain that freedom down there. Even when I go to town, there's no one there in town that ever recognizes me. I guess they don't watch Larry King and that stuff down there. So,
but you're a character anywhere. I mean, you would draw attention anywhere just because.
No, not really. Only because of the physical presence, and many times I'm told, even by tourists that I run into down there, is that they don't recognize me till I speak. So if I keep my big mouth shut, I can tend to stay anonymous a little bit.
You know what it is? I think the image of you with the shaved head and the mustache is the more iconic one from the governor, and it's probably the long hair.
It might be. Wait till I go back to the dreadlocks and the beard again. I rode my motorcycle that whole summer and was never once recognized on it all through Minnesota, where I'd been governor a mere couple years before.
Sounds good to me. Let's talk.
In fact, the only thing they were doing were people were locking their doors at the stoplights because they thought I looked so sinister.
Well, hey, you are a member of one of the more tough guy, sinister biking clubs, aren't you?
Well, I used to be years and years ago. You know, I left in 1975. I was part of the Black and White, which is the Mongols. And we carry a bit of a reputation. You know, but that was just another life that I decided when I came out of the Navy to try it out for a while.
Another adventure.
Another adventure, absolutely. What's life without adventures, you know? I don't want to, Alex, get to 75 and say woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I agree with you, absolutely. That's why we love you.
You got to live life and go out there and experience things.
We're going to jam a few more calls in quickly, callers.
Absolutely.
Mark in Oregon, go ahead. You're on the air with Jesse Ventura. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Alex. Hello, Governor Ventura.
Hi, Mark.
Governor, I have respect for you, and please don't think I don't. But, you know, I've been listening to this advertisement for the Obama deception film that Alex has made for some months now because Alex plays it regularly.
Okay, but listen, caller. I'm just listen. I'm going to put you on hold because it's about another film, and I don't want to get off into other stuff right now. You know, here on the air, I want to just hurry through these calls. Okay, Mark.
I don't know the film, so I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go to Mark in Pennsylvania. Mark in Pennsylvania, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Mark.
Hello. I'm very honored to be part of the show today. Thank you very much. Mr. Ventura, for being a patriot and for being a guardian of the principles and ideas that this country was founded upon.
Well, I just like my freedom. You know, I like to do what I like to do and be uninhibited doing it.
I have a couple of comments and then a question. I saw the interview that you had on that girls show during the daytime, and I would encourage you to challenge these commentators, these people, these hosts of these shows that put their money where their mouth is. You know, it's just as point blank as that. Just, you know.
Yeah, you've got these little soft ninnies who've never lived anything, and they're saying torture people. It's so decadent and evil, Jesse.
Well, you got to remember too, though, you can't go on the shows and be a bull moose and a bull in the china shop, or you'll never get invited back either. You know, you can take a firm stand, but you've got to be cordial. You got to play the game a little bit, because you can't just go in there. The only person I do that with is Hannity.
Okay, got to jump. Thank you, Mark. Solomon in Brazil. Quick question or comment?
Good afternoon. Greetings, Brother Jones. I just want to let you know also that we internationally, we pay for the phone call. So I was waiting for you patiently because I really like to interact with Brother Ventura. Thank you very much, Brother Ventura, for your courage to speak out about some topics that no other retired military has spoken before. I would like to make a comment and a short question to you. You, as I, are familiar with the expression, once a Marine, always a Marine. That is almost the same like once a military, always a military. Over here, like in other places around the world with dictatorship, they say that the difference between a civilian and a military is that a civilian almost ever can be militarized, while a military almost never can be civilized. My question is, how can I trust a former military will embrace their brothers and sisters in civilian life once retired?
Okay, I get the question. I got to let you go because we only got a minute left with Governor Ventura.
How can you trust someone who is in the military?
What about George Washington?
Well, I believe you can trust someone who is in the military just by talking to them and realize that they served in the military to protect the freedoms that we hold true, and that, you know, I remember during the war in Vietnam, I was asked at one point they were going to march on the base, and I refused. I told them I won't go out there and beat up Americans. That's ridiculous. I will not do that. That's a First Amendment right. They have the right to protest.
Oh, really? They asked you to go beat up people when you were in the military?
No, they didn't ask me to beat them up. They just had me. They wanted me to stand watch, and if these people pushed forward, well, what else would we be able to do? And I didn't want to be in that position because I thought I didn't join the military to beat on Americans.
Well, absolutely, and I think
and what they did, how they covered, I didn't have duty that day. So see how smart I was? I got out of duty and could go to the beach.
Well, no, that's what it comes down to.
My madness always, Alex.
Well, you know, the military kills people and breaks things. They don't police their own people. Isn't that the very definition of a police state?
Yeah, exactly. You know, our military should not be, and so just because you served in the military does not mean that you can't be trusted as a civilian because you chose to get out of the military. I chose to after 6 years and certainly embrace being a civilian again.
Governor Ventura, let me say bye to you during the break. That's it for the interview, but maybe in the next few months we can have you back on with news about the TV programs.
Okay, hopefully.
Absolutely. Okay, stay right there, sir. I want to say bye to you during the break. We'll come back, take folks' calls, break into the new cybersecurity news, cover all of that. Very, very serious. Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com are our websites. His new book is in paperback. Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. Jesse Ventura. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com. and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange home gain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com. Check them out today.